All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's call. I'm excited to be doing these calls again, which I haven't done in a little while. And the whole purpose of this is to really share with individuals who are looking to grow their capital in a safe and secure manner, and really vet programs that I believe have really longevity and have at least got 12 months of track record, so that we know they've got something behind them. They've got real ownerships, they've got real, real companies and individuals that are running the projects, So I'm not interested in sharing anything that I feel is a bit sketchy, even though the rewards might be great, because this is not the format of what I want these shows to be. And so what the format will be actually on a Monday will be, these calls will typically take place on a Monday, unless there's a holiday of some sort. And my goal is to have, at the end of the month, so basically once a month, have a guest speaker. And I had a really good call with one such individual, and I hope to have him on the call at the end of the month. And I'll talk a bit more about that later on as people come in to the room. So what we're going to be obviously talking about is passive income streams. And like we know, in this space, in the crypto space, and if you're brand new to crypto, if this is something that you're getting more involved with, or you have questions, concerns, this is what we're here for. Feel free to put a one in the chat if there's something that I come across in the presentation and that you're not quite clear on, or just ask a question, and we'll get to that in the Q&A section. So we will have time going through it. These calls will last no more than an hour, and tonight's my obviously my first dry run at this, but we used to do these every single week, looking at the markets, looking at what was trending, and showing people how they can get into projects before they start blowing up and making a lot of money. And we learned a lot. I learned a lot through presenting that information. And so I want to really kind of bring that back to the forefront, as have people asking me, when am I going to do that again? And that was almost 2 years ago. And I just waited really for the right time, or maybe just over a year ago, for me to start doing these again. So first, we're going to be talking about, on tonight's episode, we're going to talk about staking, minting, tokens, and copy trading. So a wide range of stuff. And to be honest, each one of these individual subject matters have their own, there's our own presentation that can be taken for any of these. So obviously, I'm gonna not spend an exorbitant amount of time going through every single aspect of this, but I will give you a way in which you can obviously dive further into these things, and if you want to take these on board yourself. Generally, these subject matters that I'm going to be mentioning, the companies I'm dealing with are companies that have some form of results that I'm very happy with. I've worked with them. And of course, you can do this yourself. You can do your research and go online and go to different exchanges and all this kind of stuff, if you've got the time to want to do that. And if you do have the time, I strongly recommend getting into this in a big way, if time permitted. The goal of these shows that gonna happen fortnightly is to really kind of show you projects that, like I said, they've got legs, they've been around minimum of 12 months, they have good records, and there's been some engagement where I can say, oh yeah, I've spoken with the CEO, or I have people who have checked them out, and I can validate that. So first thing I'm going to be talking about is a company that deals in the space of crypto minting tokens. And so a lot of people are aware of what mining may not be so familiar with what minting is. And so hopefully by the time I've finished here tonight, you'll get a good idea on this. Like I said, I'm just going to tickle your fancy on these subject matters, or what minting is and how this can be something that can benefit you financially. So one company I'm going to bring to the forefront is a company I had the pleasure of going to Dubai. I only literally last month to evaluate myself, and they actually won an award for best crypto. And this is a prestigious award. This is something that I thought, yeah, these guys obviously know what they're doing in this space. And so for me, it was like more validation of, third-party validation of what these guys are doing. In fact, this event that takes place is happening again next month, and I'm planning on going back to Dubai for that event, because it's huge. It's thousands of people. In fact, there's so many events going on in Dubai in October. I might have to take up residency there, but it's a really good place to find out what the latest projects are and things of that nature. And so this company here, in conjunction with a DAO called WeBe Global, we're able to tap into these guys' minting program. And so I'm going to just kind of bring you up to speed with that. What these guys do, LioPay, they have a way in which everyday people can get into this space and actually get into not just minting, but they have many different services. We'll talk about a couple of them in the time permitted. But I strongly recommend, if you want to really get a deep dive, there's webinars that take place every single day, so that, you know, Monday to Friday, so you can get a better idea on what they're about. And typically I do my own webinars for the North American market, well, Canadian market, as they're not quite in the US right now. But this company is a regulated company, which is one thing that attracted me to them. They have the order, you know, and regulation is coming to this space, whether we like it or not, it's coming. And so these guys are way ahead of the curve, which is one thing that I really like, because, you know, I'm sure I don't stand alone here, who have lost money over the years in projects that didn't have necessarily all the things that they needed to have in place. And in fact, if you look at some companies, big companies like Binance, some jurisdictions around the world now, they can't do business because they didn't have the regulations in place. Now they are trying to get that in place. So, you know, it's quite interesting what these guys have done. So what they're going to do, they're going to have everyday people, like let's say Mary, open her bank account. They have a bank that's going to be launched in about a month's time. They can get their, you know, their debit card directly with LioPay, open up their crypto wallet, safe and secure in that manner. And, you know, if she wants to trade and buy different cryptos, she can do that on the LioTrade exchange. Excuse me. Also, they have an R&D department that deals with technology. So they will have phones, laptops, technology and stuff like that, that will have part of their motherboard directed at keeping your crypto safe. And so I love what they're doing here. Really innovative company, and hence why they won an award more recently. So if you want to book discount, she can actually travel and book discount with Lio Travel. So again, they have a department there where she can actually benefit from this ecosystem and save money on travel. I absolutely love that, as I love traveling, and I'm sure if you do like traveling yourself, you'll benefit from that too. What I want to speak about is this next product, LioFi. This is how you can earn passive daily rewards from this entity. And once you set it up, that's it. You don't need to hover over it, watch it. You look at it every single day to see if it's still operating. But there's ways in which you can do that, and which I really like. I love the transparency here. And so we'll just move on from here. And, you know, there's tokens as well, which we'll talk about later on in the presentation. But like I said, if you did want to, you know, share it with other members, it's done through a DAO called WeBe Global, and they have all the things that we allow people to benefit from. So if whoever's invited you on, you want to find out more about it, get back to them and they can let you know how to tap into this. But essentially, want to get ahead in life, be like Mary. You know, not necessarily looking like her, but be a Mary, right? Tap into these things that will allow you to earn passive income. And so the big thing here, guys, is that we are in a very small market right now, less than $1 trillion, or, you know, hovering thereabouts. And, you know, it's the potential here is that 7 billion population that are yet to get into this space, you know. So hence we're going to talk about cloud minting. I'm going to play this short video, and then literally I'll be back in the room.
WeWe Global and LioFi present Cloud Minting Programs. The gateway to minting, available at www.wewe.global. What is minting? Minting is the process of generating new coins with hardware. This kind of generation is based on proof of space protocols. Hardware works as both data storage and computing power. People usually buy expensive hardware and put it into operation, which then generates coins as a reward for the work done. WeWe Global lets you rent the hardware instead of buying and managing it. You'll be able to mint new coins without the hassle of handling hardware. How can you rent hardware to mint tokens? By purchasing cloud minting programs. Buying a cloud minting program means renting hardware to mint Lio credit tokens for 30 months. You can either store or swap them for Bitcoins instantly. Choose the program that suits you best. You can rent one full hardware or a part of it or several. Join minting on WeWe Global and collect LIO credit tokens.
All right. Okay. So that is basically how that works, how you can mint. Now, the great thing what we do is that you don't have to have a unit in your home. We can do this all remotely. And this program lasts for 900 days. In fact, there's a promotion going on right now where you can actually benefit for up to 1,050 days for free. All right. So, if you do like what you hear and you want to know more and you want to get involved right now, you can earn every single day minting rewards, literally from the comfort of your home through this unit. Now, we're talking about 10% monthly. This is distributed every single day. You will see that in your account. Okay. The nice thing I like about this is how you can instantly convert. Now you get this LIO credit token. You can convert that or keep it, but you can instantly convert it into Bitcoin for no fee. So this is a great strategy some of us are using to build up our Bitcoin holdings. As we know right now, the market's pretty bearish. And so it's a great time to accumulate, okay? Like harvesting, right? You want to accumulate as much BTC. Well, that's my strategy anyway. You may have a different strategy to accumulate it without having to go direct to Bitcoin. So you're benefiting at the low cost right now. And this will continue, guys, for the next 900, in fact, next 1,050 days. When we look about that and you look in your calendar, you're going to be looking at 2024 and more. And in the year 2024, this is perfectly positioned to coincide with Bitcoin halving. This is something that takes place every 4 years, and essentially it's a great way to amass even more value from your crypto. There's many reasons around that, but this is quite essential. And I believe this next halving is going to be pretty substantial. I've been involved in crypto space for 6 years now. And when I first got into it, I was telling people to buy Bitcoin at $500. They didn't quite take me seriously. I told them to buy it when it hit $1,000. And some of them took me a little more seriously. And some of them thanked me a few years later. Not to say that I get everything right, but absolutely, Bitcoin was definitely the one. And my position on it is even more stronger today. So with this, you can withdraw that. It's all done via a smart contract. So you're not going to have no challenges with withdrawing like you may have in certain entities, certain programs, projects out there, and there's no limits, okay? Which is, again, one thing I like. Choose whenever you want to do it. There's no time restrictions. You go for it. The other thing which really attracted me when I had a chance to, fly to Dubai, meet these guys, is knowing that they've got their numbers. They know all their numbers for how many units they're going to be made available to rent. And you can go on into your account. You can see the physical unit. You can see if it's on, if it's actually producing any tokens whatsoever. But it's a form of minting. A whole unit starts from 5,000. You can go either up in value or you can go down in value based on how much money you have at your disposal. So different parts around the world can get involved from 100 euros. And, you can start minting within 10 days of getting started. It's one of the best projects I've been involved with. Like I mentioned, there's a 3.5 times promotion right now, where instead of 900 days of profits, you get 1,050 days. So an additional 150 days just because you signed up this month of September. September the 30th, there will be the last time somebody can take advantage of the 3x promotion. So just to show you in simple math, you put 1,000 in, you'll get 3,500 back in return. If you didn't want to wait 1,050 days, guys, you don't have to. There is ways in which you can accelerate that. That's really more, another conversation we can have. So that some people are reducing that down to, 100 days, 30 days. I mean, they're making 3.5 times their money without, waiting for 1,050 days. It's up to you on your level of engagement. That will help speed that up. Okay. But again, the thing that I want to highlight there, you withdraw daily or convert it. Let me just put my highlighter on just to add extra effect there. You can withdraw daily, choose if you want to buy another cloud minting contract or not. Yeah, that's totally your discretion, but the money is yours. So we're not waiting for 900 days or 1,000 days. God forbid. We can withdraw that as and when we choose to. All right. So that takes part of the minting project that I want to share tonight, and I will share a bit more on that as well on the next time we connect. Now, in this section, now, let me just also reiterate for those who may have joined the webinar a bit later. You know, we're going to have a time for Q&A at the end. So if there's anything that you particularly wanted to ask, feel free to make a note, put it in the chat, and we'll get to it as and when. So I want to talk about staking again. I want to talk about this. This next section is really more than just a project that deals with staking. It deals with so many different aspects, but staking is at the core of the heartbeat of this next token. I need to play a short video to really give you a framework on where I'm going with this and this project, which is extremely exciting. I have a friend right now actually in the offices checking them out, and again, it passes that test. They may not have been around for over a year, but there's a reason why you want to know about it right now. So here we go. Let me play this short video, and then I'll come back and share more information on this project.
Hi everyone, my name is Agent Aurelius and I'm here to introduce Ultron, a layer 1 blockchain that's going to provide countless benefits for its users and anyone using the ecosystem. Before I begin talking to you about the details on Ultron and the benefits, let's first cover the entire market space. So the entire market cap for crypto right now is sitting between 900 billion to 1 trillion. In November 2021, the market cap actually increased all the way to $3 trillion. And by the year 2026, we're looking at a market cap of $40 trillion, almost equivalent to gold, and we know it's going to be better. When it comes to the whole crypto space, you have layer 1s. They play an essential role, and currently there's over 110 that are already there and some that are being developed. Now, a layer 1 is just another name for the base network. Layer 1 is the main network of their ecosystem. Some of the popular layer 1s include Ethereum, Cardano, BNB, and Solana. And I'll use Cardano as an example here. So you have Cardano as the layer 1 blockchain. Within Cardano, you have different projects that are being built on the blockchain. In order for you to pay for those transactions or for transactions within that ecosystem, you first have to use their native token, which is in this case for Cardano is ADA. The same applies to other layer 1s. Some are different within speed transaction. Some other layer 1s provide different benefits for its users, which we're going to discuss in this video. So essentially, what is Ultron? So Ultron is a revolutionary layer 1 blockchain ecosystem which offers unlimited reward opportunities for crypto and non-crypto users. The network is going to be secure, highly scalable, Ethereum compatible, instant transactions, low transaction fees, and it's also going to have attractive APR. Another benefit of Ultron is that they're developing their own native apps, with 20 native dApps in the pipeline in the early stages and adding another 100 apps by the end of 2025. This is different from other layer 1s. Other layer 1s hire other developers from an outside party or third party, and they bring them in to develop within their ecosystem. Ultron is changing that, and this is why this layer 1 is attractive and it can forever be expanding. Now, layer 1 again, and I said this before, is an important part of the whole crypto space. If you look at the last few years, layer 1s have been growing exponentially. If you look at Cardano, or let's say for example Ethereum grew over 4,300x. BNB grew over 1,000x, and just last year, Solana grew 150x. So the opportunity for layer 1 growth is definitely coming, and the future definitely is crypto. So guys, I want to thank you so much for watching this video. Please, if you have any comments,
All right, so there you go. That gave you an intro into
regarding the video.
Ultron. Yeah, okay, let's move you on. That gave you an insight into why Ultron is a very interesting and very exciting project that at this early stage of the game, guys, it's actually causing a lot of people to get very involved in this. Like I said, I've got a good friend right now who's actually been flown out to evaluate the project itself, checking with the owners and things of that nature. They have, since I've known about this, which was end of July, this token was going to be launched at 1 cent. We'll have a quick look at where they are right now. But the thing that for me is like what they are doing in this space is pretty dynamic, and I'm not going to be able to do it justice in the short time I have on this call. But there's a couple of things I really want to bring your attention to. There is a call tomorrow. I strongly recommend, if you want to know more about this project, get on the call. There's a call that gets done at 9 a.m. and 7 p.m. UK time, and you definitely want to hear directly from or look at a proper presentation as to see what's going on. And there's many reasons why this project really scores really highly with myself and other people that I've shared this with. So on CoinTruster right now, you can see that it's one of the best performing tokens this week. And you can see there also on the BNB chain, excuse me, again, number 3 out of the tokens that are released. If you look at what the crypto space, and we'll look at that in a minute, there's a lot going on there. There's a lot of tokens, there's a lot of competition for this space, and why people would be even interested in getting involved in this project. Okay, so there's many reasons which I'm gonna share in a second. In fact, what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna switch gears for a second. I'm gonna bring up on the screen here a little presentation just for a few minutes, and it's just a really quick overview of this project. But like I said, try your best to get onto the call tomorrow, and you'll see why people are really trying to position themselves in this project. Let me just big this up and make this let me just make it a bit bigger. Should I just leave it like that? Zoom, page view, page display. All right, I'll tell you what, let me just leave it like that, standard. Yeah, all right, so here we go. 24 months in development. This has been, now I wish I never touched it. 24 months in development this has been. You can see their ecosystem and their partners. This is huge, guys. If you know the crypto space, you'll know some of these players that I'm mentioning here. This is the first and only layer 1 blockchain that's going to have its native applications. Normally, this stuff gets built out through third parties and things of that nature. They're going to have their own within their own ecosystem. 40 plus developers on this. Developers that have been very instrumental in some of the biggest cryptos out there are actually working on Ultron. Okay, it's Ethereum compatible. So again, it's very easy right now. There's many different ways in which you can access your tokens. You can read all about these guys. You can see what they are, their tokenomics. Check it out, GitHub. You're going to see here that they call it Ninja Promo, which is the marketing as in conjunction with this. These are their partners. Ivana, whose followings are in the millions, she will be releasing their NFTs, and this is all done via Mavi. This is their affiliate arm. They do not promote through their own system. They use a third party, so that's done via Mavi. And there's you can check these guys out. Solid Finance that did the auditing on them. And Devla is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, out there completely in the metaverse of NFTs. And they've got everything here, guys. That right now it's just at the infancy of this project. So like I say here, you can see the layer 1. You're going to see all these different things: borrowing, lending, farming. The whole lot is going to be made available. Gaming. It's just at its early stages, and the reason why I want to really emphasize timing wise is because in next couple of days, on the 15th of September, one of the ways in which you can get involved is from a minimum for $100, and soon that will be removed, and then the minimum will be around $300. And so we are able to get these benefits right now. You can check them out on every single channel that you've got access to and see where they're at. This is what I really wanted to kind of highlight. We're talking about this whole market, the whole crypto market, okay? Because as you can see, let me just bring this down a little bit more so you can see where we are in terms of vision of this space, okay? Like I mentioned, 2024 we're going to be looking at the next halving taking place in this space. And mark my words, you know, we're kind of messing around that $1 trillion market, right? So I got into this space just before this halving, before this took place in 2016. And I saw this crazy run up into 2017. I was telling people to get into Bitcoin. In fact, 6 years ago, I was actually in Dubai doing a Facebook Live telling people, guys, you got to get into Bitcoin. And at that time, it was dirt cheap. And that market cap was just, you know, it was nothing, yeah, just like it is right now. It's, you know, around $1 trillion is nothing. But we all seen, if you've been around this space long enough, we've seen it rally up to, you know, 69,000, and everybody thought, that's it, it's 100,000. No, it's going to take its time. It's, you know, there's, as we know, there's push and pull going on. There's different things that are going on. One massive thing, which is why the first project I shared with you, with LioPay, these guys are, you know, they are ready for regulation. This market will be regulated. And when that market happens, and when that happens, this market is just going to catapult, because people who have got a lot of money, they don't want to see their money yo-yoing, or things that could be, you know, like Luna just, you know, disappearing off the face of the planet. They don't want that. They want to have everything in place where they know they can send in trillions of dollars and there ain't going to be no issues. And so that is coming. This is where we're at right now. So we're at this nice juncture here. I call it a nice juncture, and that's why that first project I shared is a great way to build BTC up right now, if you're not already doing it. So this is a great function here. You can see what they're talking about is by the year 2025, not too long ago. You know, we're almost there. You know, we're almost done with 2022, believe it or not. We're in the last few months. Like I said, the event that takes place in Dubai next month, there's about 3 different events taking place all in October. The innovations and the amount of money that is circulating is insane. And right now is a great time to get in and benefit. So no one's missed anything in my estimation, even the highs and the lows and stuff like that. We're not even got started yet. So we're looking at something that can potentially be hit a 40 trillion market, where one Bitcoin could potentially be worth $250,000. Okay, what's a fraction of that? You might have a fraction of that right now. Keep it, or find ways to grow it, as I mentioned earlier. So that's where we are in that space, on the crypto space. We know Bitcoin moves the market, but there are other tokens that defy it, which is what I'm sharing with you right now with Ultron, because of what they are. And as you heard in the video, they're a layer 1. This is a native token. They're layer 1, so everything gets built on it. So this is a different ball game than me just talking about, oh, there's another token that's like, you know, a few cents getting because it's cheap. No, this is a different conversation. Right now, it is dirt cheap, and we'll look at where it's at right now. But we're talking about a different space completely. We're not talking about having, you know, all the thousands of cryptos that are out there. This is not just a layer 1 blockchain. This is one that's got its own native apps built in. And so, like I mentioned, if you can get on that webinar tomorrow to really understand how big this project is, then it's definitely worth doing. Now, the reason why I'm excited about this and why I've even started to even share it is because of what they are doing and allowing us to tap into. If you compare any of these layer 1 tokens that have taken place, and we'll look at that in a minute, none of them had native apps, and they went on to make people millions of dollars just by positioning themselves. So right now, I spoke to you about staking hubs. This $100 version pack or hub is an NFT hub that's you stake and you earn every single day. And let me just highlight that just for the dramatic effect. I like a bit of drama when it comes to this stuff, right? So this product will disappear. But I should put a big cross on it. That will disappear. That will be no longer as of the 15th. That will be the last time somebody will be able to buy into this, right? So let me just put a big X there. Boom. All right, that's going to be gone. And so the minimum will be $300, which again is absolutely worth doing, about £200. Absolutely worth doing. You're going to get an 8% discount on the market value. And going up as you scale up into this, you're going to see different reasons why you may want to, you know, put a bit more than $100 or $300. Everyone's got something that will tickle their fancy. I have people that came in and as a validator, which was $12,500. Reason for that, if you know about nodes, you'll know that that is actually made, it's actually 3 times its value now. So when they got in August, to be a validator now, it's no longer what they got in terms of tokens. It's now worth way more than 3 times that. Just gives you an idea of the kind of growth that we've seen already. And so all the way up to 300,000. The thing I like about this project, which is why it's part of this show tonight, is that we're talking about 5 years, or should delete that now, 5 years of passive rewards. Now, what's going to happen in 5 years? Who knows, right? I can't even say what's going to happen tomorrow. But what you're going to do in your own due diligence is, you know, look at this project and make an assessment for yourself to say, well, if this company is around for at least a year or 2, and we're talking big partnerships here, and not to say other projects in the past that have big partnerships haven't quite worked out, but what they've done here is pretty impressive. The partnerships they've had, the development for the last 2 years, actually makes this definitely one that meets the criteria for me, for sure. So 5 years of passive rewards, you're earning 0.2% a day from the time you get this. Every year there will be halving. You've got an option to compound it if you choose to, or just leave it. If you don't, if you want to access your tokens and just have it on your MetaMask and stuff like that, it's up to you. I'll show you all the differences between the two, 300% as opposed to 100% of your money. So if you want to 3x it, that gives you an idea. And we're not talking about the value of the token. That's a completely separate conversation. This is just the amount of tokens you're going to end up with. So if you missed out on any of these layer ones, and trust me, I was breathing, I was alive when these projects came about, right? I was, well, maybe Ethereum might have missed me, but BNB, I was around. Solana, some of these ones I didn't quite know about. But these layer 1 tokens went on to just make crazy returns, getting that 30 cents and to have an all-time high of almost $5,000. Whoever bought Ethereum, I know some of you guys on the call have been in crypto a long time, you know, and you might still be benefiting from that early run. What about BNB at 20 cents? I remember when it came out, didn't take no action on it. So there's many different opportunities, and opportunity just gets passed to somebody else. This is one I was like, I ain't gonna let this pass, because I you know, in fact, the guy that was sharing it with me was quite insistent that I see it, because I was like dismissing it. And I'm glad I did. I was fortunate, I got in at 1 cent. Guys, if you can get in right now, you're very fortunate. That's all I can say. You're very fortunate, because I never expected to see the growth that we're at right now. And we'll have a quick look at the charts before I move on to the next section. But Ultron is one of those projects that I just couldn't ignore. When I was in Dubai, I just couldn't ignore it, because it was just like, I was seeing what's going on, and I was like, I have to share it with you know, my friends who are interested in this, rather than sharing it after the fact. You know, who am I to not let them know about it? It's up to them if they want to take advantage. So $5,000, if you invested $5,000 into this, not to say that you need to, I said it's $100 right now, and that option will soon disappear in the next couple of days. But this is a 2-year forecast, and this is if you kept the staking on, okay? Just by you keeping what we call auto stake. You have an option in your back office to switch it off if you don't want it to compound. But if you do compound, this is what we're looking at. You're going to end up with 115,000 or these tokens. It will go up to 230,000 after the year 1, and after second year, we're talking about 335,000. Now, just to give you an idea, this slideshow was literally last week, where they said that the current value being at 5 cents as the benchmark. It's actually now double that. So this will give you the kind of value, 17,000 in return. So turning 5,000 into 17,000, great, right? If you can hold on to it and stake it for that period of time. Well, what about if you, and this is just like seeing the gains taking place, 3x on your gains. What if it went up to $5? I'm not even go $5. Let me just go, if it went up to 50 cents and your 5K turned into 168K. Okay, I like them figures. And I'm a big believer in getting my seed capital out of any project and let the rest run, right? So you have that option here. You know, we strongly recommend at least 6 months off. If you let it stake for 6 months, that was a good thing. So those of you who like staking, definitely this is one I'm adding to my portfolio. And yeah, I'll probably have to be resuscitated if it hits $5. And those kind of numbers fit into place here. But guys, just to give you an idea, and this is just a quick benchmark, and then I'm going to move on. Like I said, I just reiterate, try and get onto the call if you want to know more about this. But this is from June. I learned about this in July. I've kind of shared it with a few people, and some people just gone really love it, and I see why they're loving it. Everything they said they were going to do, they've done. Okay, all the listings on CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko, that whole shebang is there. You can swap it on PancakeSwap. You've got all of that. You've got the DEX stuff here already, and now they're going to be having the lending, borrowing coming. The NFT launch is going to be insane with Havana, the metaverse launchpad. All of these things then is going to be available on KuCoin, you know, Gate.io, FTX, and Binance Coin. When it starts to get to that stage, it's going to be absolutely incredible just for what we're doing right now, staking. We're just a month in with what we're doing here. So imagine the amount of projects and what the value of this token is going to look like. Okay, so let me just bring this to a close. This just gives you an idea of the 0.2% a day. Don't mistake that, because it's not 2% a day. We've seen projects that are paying 2%, they're no longer here. It's unsustainable. It's unrealistic for the most part. So 0.2% a day, 1.4% a week, 6% monthly. If you compound that, you're looking at more like 9% a month, and then have fun with the figures after that. Okay, so again, give you an idea of what 5K turns into. Listen, and if it starts to jump up from where we are, where we know it's actually more than 5 cents right now, and goes up to 50 cents, it's a different ball game. So just to summarize that, the mainnet launch literally was 1st of June. Staking rewards are fixed for 5 years. Partnership with some of the biggest players in the crypto space, bar none. So that in itself really excites me. Their goal is to have 1 billion of total value to life on their token. Some of this stuff here, guys, I'm keep going on saying, try and get onto the call tomorrow if you like what you hear. And they're one of the strategic partners at the next event, another blockchain event that's taking place in October. After that event, I believe the floodgates are really going to open up, and people are going to see this token and go ballistic. So it's a really good time right now to get in where it's at. It's the fastest layer 1 blockchain in the world. It's optional. Obviously, can you afford to miss it? For me, it was didn't want to miss out on this one. The potential there was just way too high for me to say no to that. Do want to just bring this into kind of some kind of what's it called, relation to where we are right now in the crypto space. Whilst people are thinking that the Bitcoin is game over, all right, MicroStrategy, and if you know this company, they're buying crypto, they're buying Bitcoin like crazy. Their plan is to sell 500 million of their stock to buy more Bitcoin. What is it that they know that the masses don't, and are fearful and think Bitcoin is game over? Huge move here. Even the co-founder, Michael Saylor, is looking to leave his position as CEO of this enormous company. I mean, this is a big deal, massive deal. So he can focus on BTC only. That's massive, guys. So just lets you know what's going on. So hopefully we can see what these guys are looking at, where this market space is yet to go. It's going to be absolutely massive. Their holding is just incredible. So they're buying up more and more. Let me just show you where Ultron is today, and I'll show you where Bitcoin is today. So Ultron is about 11 cents. That slideshow was 5 cents. I don't care if it went back to 6 cents or 5 cents. It's not about that right now for me. It's about what this project is doing, which I'm really excited about. And I personally believe after that Dubai event, we could maybe see this hitting 20 cents, which will be absolutely incredible. But if we just go back real quick and just we'll look at where Bitcoin's at, about $20,000. So again, that is like great. For those of us who are accumulating, it's great to see Bitcoin at that level, because you can buy more for our money right now. Okay, and like I said, we'll show you with that way in which you can obviously do that. All right, so that's that. I wanted to won't go there yet. I'll bring on to the next section. So let me just go back to the slideshow, and I'm going to start talking about another token in the presentation here. All right. So in the last 15 minutes or so, let me just talk about, oh, I've gone too far there. That's the last section I want to talk about. We're talking about tokens. So I mentioned obviously in extensive detail about Ultron ULX. Look it up on CoinMarket, check it out. Like I said, whoever's invited you on, you want to know more, yeah, or you want to actually buy some, they'll have a link. Like I said, they're using a referral company, an affiliate company, for them to be able to grow their tokens. So if you like what you heard, and you like the idea of getting into more tokens, I'm going to bring it back to where I started out at the earlier inset of this. And I'm not going to talk about the whole, cloud minting, because I've already done that. But the other thing that I want you to be made aware of, and again, this is what I shared in Dubai, was that this project here, Zenit, and we are the very early stages. I'll show you how early we are in this project. If you like being in early, or if you want to take advantage of pre-ICO pricing, and again, I'll break that down, then this is a great project that you want to definitely have a look at and put in your portfolio. So Zenit token is actually in collaboration with the Dubai royal family and with LioPay. I was actually, at the event where we had representatives of the Dubai royal family walk into that event as they were talking about this project. Okay, so you can check it all out. They've got a really good white paper. There'll be links that you can check out towards the end here. But this is a launch pad. They are a launch pad for tokens. And just to give you an idea of what they're doing here, it's going to, again, one of the first things I like about this is that they have an arbitrage, real use, real life product that has got over 9 months of backdated live trading, where they are doing arbitrage trading on exchanges. I saw this in front of my very eyes. They had a Binance account that had, I think, 50,000 in the balance. 15 minutes later, and in fact, one of the gentlemen on the call tonight was actually at that event as well. So if you think I'm lying, I'll ask him to actually share what he saw as well, because I was like, did I really see that? Within 15 minutes, that had grown to a couple of $100 extra. This is actually producing around 20 to 30% a month arbitrage style. This token is allowing us to get involved in this fintech company. And again, it's the first ecosystem, allows you to tap into this. I spent time in the office with the CEO, co-founder of LioPay, breaking down for 10 minutes. And I've got this recording of how this ecosystem with Zenit token works. And I was very impressed. This guy's been in crypto space longer than myself, since 2014, was making millions as a 20-odd-year-old a month through OTC, selling crypto to individuals. And his operation got shut down because of regulation or lack of, which there wasn't hardly any back then in 2014. And he vowed he wouldn't run another company without regulation. And so this is a regulated, double audited product, guys. You don't get that every day. Very rare you're going to come across something like this. I'll just quickly, again, going to blow through this, but every day, Monday to Friday, there are webinars that take more detail into what I'm sharing with you tonight. And I strongly recommend, if you've got the time, if you like what you hear, find out more about it. It's a utility token that's going to reward us. And right now, we are getting in at the best possible pricing. There is a way. This is an 100x token. So again, we're looking at the next 24 months being 100x. And guys, if it did half of that, we will all be very happy. There's going to be a way in which, again, you're going to be able to stake this, get more rewards. Just give you an idea as to the biggest players in the DeFi space right now, where you can lend. You can do this right now and go to any of these companies, Celsius, BlockFi, and get from a stable coin. We're not talking about all these other coins. From a stable coin, you can get 12% a year, 8% a year, maybe up to 20% on Yield App. These guys are going to have it so that you can get up to 50% on a stable coin. So we're not talking about a coin that's yo-yoing up and down and like crazy. A stable coin that you can benefit from. This is a new term to me, CeFi DeFi, centralized, decentralized finance. Okay, the best of the both worlds. I want some, form of regulation to know these guys are actually got a real product here, but I also want to be under the radar. Yeah, I also want to be in control of my private keys and things of that nature. So I do want the best of both worlds, and this is where you're getting it from here. You can only get this via somebody who's involved with the Weeby Global DAO. Okay, so if you got invited onto here, get back to the person who shared this with you, and they'll be able to tell you more. Right now, the seed phase when I was in Dubai was just about 7. Here we was going into 84 cents. It was around 70 odd cents. So right now, before it goes live in next year, we can tap in at very low levels. Just show you where they're at, and you can actually go to zenit.world and check out their white paper. In fact, I'll just post this in the chat right now for you guys to check out as and when you want to. So zenit.world, check out that very good white paper. You can break it down for yourself, and you can see here is incubated by Protocol 33. I'm just going to make that a little bit bigger so you can see here. This is in conjunction with the Sheikh Hamad bin Ahmed Al Maktoum of the Dubai royal family. Okay, so let me go back to what was shown here. You can see the seed rounds, initial seed rounds are gone. We are still pre-ICO. So we are at the private rounds right now. So from the 1st to the 30th, we can get it just over $1. And then every single month thereafter, it's just going to increase in value. So if you do like the sound of this project and you want to tap into, you can either wait until it goes onto exchanges, or you can get in at these rounds right now and benefit wholesomely. This until you can see here, the 30th of April, 2023, before it will actually go live in the market. And then there's some unlocking bonuses for those who decide to, want to share this with other members in their network about this token. So again, love what they're doing here, and definitely scores really highly for those who are interested in investments before it hits the masses. Now, last project I'm going to share on tonight's call is a thing called copy trading. Copy trading is very unique, and if you get a right company who knows what they're doing, social trading is nothing new. But again, I wanted something that has got a track record, that's been around over 12 months, got good records and stuff like that. I've known about this company probably at the beginning of 2022, and I've been watching them and seeing what they're doing. And the last month, they brought something out which really made me stand up and pay attention with their copy trading. There's many companies out there that do copy trading, but I've not seen the results that these guys are producing and have produced, even for people that have been with a company prior and wasn't getting the results. And rather than me talking anymore, I want to just share a small clip of what these guys are about. In fact, I think I've got a better way of doing that. I'm actually going to go back to my website. I've actually created a page, so it's easier for me to share it with people and what these guys are doing. So I want you to hear this testimonials, and then I'll come back to the room.
Software, you have the tools and you have the team. So at that point, it's on you just to go ahead and follow your dream. It's totally up to you. So go ahead. She actually left a voice message as well, and I didn't play it in that video, but I sent it to Kenny to play. So you can go ahead and play that voice clip, Kenny.
Yes, Mike, thank you so much. I just thank you. I was just praising God and thanking God for this wonderful opportunity. Thanks for inboxing me. Yes, this is like unbelievable. Finally, something that works. When I saw how these things go, I'm like, no. I just went in and I just made that deposit. And my goal, of course, is to go to a full lot size. So I'm going to be pumping, adding more money. At least every 2 weeks, I add some external funds. Yes, I'll get to that 10K a week. And my team, they're seeing my results, as you saw my post. So I'm helping. I have 6 people on my team now. So now I know it's going to be sky's the limit. So as I have these results, I'm definitely going to be sharing my story on Instagram and all of that, and the result speaks for itself. So thank you so much. I just know that this is it. This is going to replace my nursing income. Thank you so much. And definitely you could use me as a testimony. I could even do a video testimony. I don't care. I've got to let people know that this changes lives, and I appreciate all your help. I could go on and on and on. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
All right. So that was obviously a very excited lady. There's many testimonials which I listened to. This is a strategy that has won 100+ trades in a row without losing. And so again, if you want to know more about this, I've got this page which excuse me, I can share with anyone who's interested. Now, for me, the projects I'm looking at that involves, growing your capital, ideally, I want them in my account. We've seen what's happened when you farm out your money, and I call them pay to promise, or promise to pay you, right? So, this P2P, you put your money out there, you pray to God that they will actually honor the money that you gave them in the first place. This is having money in your own broker account. So no one's running off. There's no like, oh, I have to take my money out. No, it's your money. It's there. You do what you want with it. So when the trades are taking place, you see them right in front of your very eyes if you would download the software. And I'm going to help, anybody who's interested in this get involved. Because one thing that messed me up, I was too heavily involved in crypto. And so when different problems with exchanges and regulations and stuff like that, it was like, oh my gosh, all of my holdings I'm too cryptoed, right? So it messed me up. So my genesis is really from Forex. That's where I really started doing trading and making money. And I love the idea. I can log into my trade account, and within that same day, I can withdraw it and have the money in my account. This is as good as one of the projects, as good as it gets. I do have other projects, but they've not been around long enough for me to share it on a public format like this. But again, this is another customer who took $500 to $1,100. That doubled the account, I think, within a month of using this strategy. No losses, which was really powerful. You can see here, there's tons of stuff like this, and there's other testimonials. I'm not going to bore you to death with it. Like I said, those who like the idea, who want to get started with this, you have your own broker. In fact, right now, there's a promo. You need to use a broker called Who Goes Way. It's not, maybe not me, my most favorite broker, but it works. I don't really care. Produce the results. But, I've used them for 2018, 2017, and it's Bitcoin in, Bitcoin out. So I can get my Bitcoin accumulated. This is what we're after, guys. I hope you're after that as well. We're growing our Bitcoin one shape or another. We're doing it via this. We're doing it via minting. We're doing it via staking. You want to convert your staking rewards from ULX. You can convert it, swap it into whatever you want. I would recommend holding it, but the end game for me is BTC Ethereum. So right now, guys, there's a promo where you can get it for $30. This product is normally $150 for you to join, but up until the 3rd of October, it's $30, and then it's $150 a month. You decide if it's worth $150 a month, if you're making at least that a month from the trading. Don't forget, it's in your account. So if you've got an account, you can actually have I think you can have an account from about $250, maybe even $200. But I wouldn't recommend going any lower than that. But from what I'm hearing, people started with a very small account. Some have started with a bigger account. Obviously, you got a bigger account, you got more wiggle room and stuff like that. But right now they've got a promo 80% off, and you can get involved with that product. So guys, that is gonna be it for tonight. I want to, in terms of what I want to share with you, in terms of the new stuff, do want to have a quick time here for any Q&A as well. And obviously, I want to talk about a couple of the projects that we've been involved with. Some of you guys have maybe been involved with from the past with me. One of them primarily is going to be Daisy. But if there's anything else that you want me to talk about, let me know right now. I can obviously say that those of us that are in CFX, there's not been any concrete update besides the fact that we've I posted in a couple of groups recently that there is going to be, they've made some further progress with the updated product. There was a presidential meeting, and they seem like they're getting closer to this P2C launch, the new product, and the company is going to have a new shape and look. It's not just going to be, from what I know, from what I understand, a one-man band, which is kind of what it is right now, or two-people band. But with Waskar being the CEO, there'll be a slightly different format on how that will be going forward, which we all are looking forward to. So for me, they're not dead and buried. They still are out there with just the lack of communication, but there is stuff happening. But that's their choice on how they deliver information. They're waiting for us to report something. So that's on CFX. I don't know if there's anything else in that we were doing last time around besides Daisy. Now, Daisy, I can only talk for those who got involved with the Forex side, because the Forex side is knocking it out the park. This represents 10% a week in my account. And in fact, if I log on to what it's looking like right now, it's actually increased, hence even more so. So they're doing the right thing on the Forex side. The algorithm that they applied to Forex, they then decided to apply it to the crypto side. Crypto right now is just doing whatever Bitcoin's doing. So if you are only crypto only in your in your Daisy account, don't even bother looking, because if Bitcoin is down, guess what? So is your account. They did say they applied the algorithm. I don't see anything to suggest that it's actually made a difference as of yet. But right now we're in a bearish market. When the market does go back up, then your Daisy holdings will go back up with it. The good thing is this is built on the blockchain. This isn't one of those, Endotech is a massive organization. All right. So again, for those people that, aren't in Daisy, this might not make much sense to you. But that's the only thing I would say for those who did get involved with the Forex side, then your results should be similar, on par with myself. And obviously with the crypto, it's not even worth looking at, because there's nothing worth looking at right now. They are having a massive event in Dubai next year. We know Dubai is the crypto hub of the world. Well, becoming that. If it's not official, that's where they want to be, right? So you can see here on my chart here, I'll show you what it's looking like right now. So if you do have the Forex bot that they have, then you should be getting a similar result. So where are we at? 158% growth. This was from February, I believe they launched it. No, sorry. You can see here it was flatlined. We put the money in, but it didn't actually start trading until about April. So from April to now, what's that? January, February, March, April. What, 6 months? Less than 6 months. We're looking at 158% return on our money. Of course, there's a split there because of the split of what they take from that goes into the network and what goes into your trading bot. But again, I'm very impressed if I look at what it is now. So it was 158% when I did that screenshot last week. Today it's 170% return. So again, it's doing what I wish the crypto would do, but I think we're just playing a game of catch up on that front. If I want to pull that out, the returns will go into my account within they said within 48 hours of me doing it. The last time I did a withdrawal, it was literally, I think, 48 minutes. It was very quick. But yeah, up to 48 hours and 3% blockchain fee, $3 blockchain fee, and 70% of whatever's available, because it's being traded right now. So I can't literally withdraw every single thing, but this is more than what I started with. I started with 1,500 in here, and now I'm over that. So so if I did pull out that, I would be happy to do so. So guys, that is what I'm going to end with. I'm going to tell you, and again, feel free to, if you got any questions, please raise your hand, and I'll unmute you, and I'll put a question in the chat box if you just want to post something. I did have a conversation, and I think you guys are going to like what you hear as much as I did. These guys, they've got a model that will 5x your Bitcoin. Now, the way they are doing it is very unique, and I've never seen it done before. They are not MLM, network marketing. In fact, their affiliate program is, again, something I've never seen done before. It's a private membership. And one of my friends who's involved with them, she is over the moon. She's absolutely ecstatic, because what they do, and you'll learn more about this towards the end of the month, because I do want to have him on the call as my guest. They take 0.2, well, whatever 0.2 Bitcoin was. Her account, I believe now, is more like 2 Bitcoin. It's insane because of the value of Bitcoin. The minimum buy-in is 1,000, and their goal is to 5x your account in the space of up to 14 months. I believe it's anywhere from 12 or 11 to 14 months. Right now, they've actually they made some enhancements, and the guy, I had a good call with him. They made some enhancements to what they were doing, and they are consistently doing really well per month and compounding those profits. And the other thing I like about it is that if you didn't, there's pluses, there's negatives and stuff like that. You'll hear from him himself. This isn't one of those projects is that if you want your 1,000 to pull out next week, it ain't going to happen. That is being used until the duration happens. So, the upside is huge, massive. The referral side is incredible. Again, it's not something you get paid out day one. It gets paid out at the end of the term, after the person has received their money. So I like what they're doing. They've almost flipped it on the head. Whereas a lot of projects, they pay people up front, then 12 months later, there's no money to pay anybody else. These guys are trading Bitcoin. And right now in the bearish market, what they're doing, their results are absolutely on point. I've seen what he showed me. And again, somebody who knows the person who shared it with me, told me about it because of the results she was getting. And so literally it's going to be a toss-up next week, not next week, in 2 weeks' time, whether I can have him on, depending on schedule, or I can have somebody else on. I'm speaking with the CEO of a company called BFX. It's a reboot of Enigma. For those of you who got involved in Enigma, Enigma was knocking it out the park, guys. Their trading was fantastic up until March, when the war broke out, and their algorithm and their broker partner, they couldn't execute the trades or exit the trades in a timely fashion. But they have spent I believe $1 point something million on a software that's been traded for the last 5 years. They are going to be rebooting their project with this algorithm. They didn't have a great crypto algorithm before. They had a very good Forex algorithm before. So that was really good. Their crypto sucked. So now they're going to have something that they're going to lead with on the crypto front. And again, it will be traded in your own broker account. I believe it might be just Binance, and it may be, I can't remember the other name. It's not Kraken, but it's one of those big ones, Qcoin. So I believe it's Qcoin and maybe Binance. Again, funds stay in your account, and you run the software and it trades, just like what we had with the Forex side, where we had money traded in our broker account. And so right now I'm actually having a dialogue for those of us that had lost any money. Some of us, we got remunerated, which was a first, to get remunerated from a broker that unfortunately lost our money because they couldn't execute in time. There's other people that haven't received their money yet, and I'm actually in talks with the CEO to get those people made whole, get their money sorted out and back to them. And this is the reason why I'm even highlighting them, because I may want to get him on the call next week to talk about next week, in 2 weeks' time, to talk about their algorithm and what they're doing in this space as well. And especially after they've got really good track record, and that's the reason why they bought it in the first instance. And their company, what I've seen, it looks really good going forward. So guys, I thank you for your time. Let me see, we're just over the hour mark. So that for me is time for me to call it a wrap, because I know I can chat when I'm ready. And I don't see any questions or anybody raising their hand. So I think we're all good from that point of view. Like I said, whoever invited you on, I think for the most part would have been myself. This is the first of many, and looking forward to helping any of you guys get any of your questions answered and taking advantage of this space that we're in. It's a unique space. A lot of people just don't know. They're worried, and we are, you know, if you look out and you listen to the news or talk to the everyday person, they don't know how they're going to get by and get down to Christmas and next year. And guys, we've got tools here that you know, people would love in a safe manner and secure way as possible, where you can be custodians of your own money and control it. And this space is only going to get better and better. And hopefully all those Ponzi schemes will get eliminated, because they just won't be able to compete in a regulated market, in a trustworthy market. All right, that said, I'm out. Take care. God bless you all, and we'll speak to you soon.